All right, 1 2 1 2 and a place to be. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? I am Frank Red. This is another edition of the Dungeon Show. I want to thank you for joining me in conversation. There's a lot to talk about tonight or this morning, wherever you're listening, depending upon your day part. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. A lot going on in the world of sports that we are going to talk about. Off the top, some of the things we'll cover are San Francisco 49ers, who got a big victory today, 41-22 over the Arizona Cardinals. In a game in which they basically did what they were supposed to do. Beat a team that is not as good as they are, in somewhat disarray. And we got a good chance to see Brock Purdy back as a starting quarterback. Reasonably healthy. I don't think you are 100%. When you get hurt, you just kind of work through it and do the best job you can do. We'll get into his performance a little later on, but needs to say he passed the test. Golden State Warriors, they beat a pretty bad New Orleans Pelicans team, tonight, 124-106. And Moses Moody had his career high. We'll get into that. But it really wasn't about tonight's game. It was about the two previous games, which were historic against the San Antonio Spurs. Stephen Curry scoring 46. And then following that game up on Thursday night with a 49-point effort on Saturday. Unbelievable. I do have my days wrong. But we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to spend some time talking about what is a tragedy that has occurred in the Bay Area. A football coach, legendary gentleman by the name of John Beam, an educator, football coach, tragically passed, was shot, and he died. I knew Coach Beam. He was one person who I admired because he dedicated his life to young people. And I mean, what a noble thing to do. Not many people in the world do that without expecting anything in return. And I met him more than a few times and always had a good vibe from him. And hearts are hurting, not only in the Bay Area or in Northern California, wherever you are. I actually never saw a Last Chance U, which is a show that he did on, I guess, YouTube. I never saw it. I knew him before he became a national personality. And again, rarely do you meet people who not exceed your expectation, but you look at and you go, wow, okay, this is somebody who I can learn from and I can admire. Because most people are, I think they want to do good stuff, but life is so hard, they focus on just taking care of themselves and their families. Rarely do folks uninhibitedly reach out to help others. And sometimes at the expense of your own families or your own growth. I mean, John Beam was a guy who could have coached in major college football, could have been a high major head coach, could have coached in the NFL, and yet he spent his life working with young people. And that's something that I really admire. So you can talk about that as well. Maybe some of you out there have some comments that you want to offer to this great human being. We're going to talk about the NBA as well. There's a lot going on there. College football had some major upsets. And I also reviewed a movie this weekend that I will tell you about that was okay. Wasn't great. And that was a little disappointing. But nothing compared to the heavy heart that I was walking around with and still walking around with it right now. Let's start it off by talking about the San Francisco 49ers, who, as I said, They recovered from last week's spanking and did a lot of good things today. I don't think they played their best football, but they did play pretty well. You know, I was on Larry Kruger's postgame show this afternoon, and you know, I mean, statistically, I generally don't look at stats. I don't. And you might be like, Ray, you don't look at stats? I don't. I watch the games, and I also play football. So I played defensive end in college. So I kind of have an idea of what this stuff feels like. And you can talk about the 49ers and say that statistically, they're not very good defensively. And that's true. But what I see when I watch the 49ers play is I see a different effort level this year than I saw last year. And that is predicated on coaching. You know, without Robert Saleh, I don't think this team would beat 500. Not even 500. They're 7-4. They could very easily be 4-7, 5-6. Mac Jones has done a great job. Purdy is I think one of the top 3rd quarterbacks in the NFL, top 10, top 12. But the 49ers have a chance this year because of their defense. I don't care if they haven't sacked the quarterback that much. You know, they don't have that guy. That guy's injured. But it's the effort that they're putting forth. They miss tackles, but more times than not, they got 3 guys around the person who catches the football or who is running it. So they support each other. And I think that's the part of football that I want to teach, that I really want to talk about, because it makes a big difference. And every game that I watch the 49ers, I think to myself, well, how long is Robert Saleh going to be here? This guy's a hell of a football coach. He really is. So maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you have a perspective that is led by statistics or some other things that I'm not mentioning. And I would love to hear you speak your piece. But when you consider who the 49ers have lost, I think it's remarkable that week after week, another player steps up and does a hell of a job. Johnson this week, the linebacker, Curtis Robinson, 12 tackles, was amazing. D. Winters is still playing well. People wanted to see Nick Martin. He finally got on the field, had 7 tackles. A lot of good things. And they take on the Carolina Panthers next week, a team that they should beat at home. Although Bryce Young scares me. I'm a big Bryce Young guy. You guys know that. So he scares me. They cannot take Carolina lightly. They can run the football. And Bryce Young is finally starting to find his stride a little bit. And the 49ers really don't have a guy on the back end, in my opinion. So we're going to look out for that. The Golden State Warriors are now 9-6, having won 3 games in a row. They take on the Orlando Magic on Tuesday night, and then they have back-to-back. They play Miami on Wednesday. The scheduling gods have not been kind to the Golden State Warriors this year. That's for sure. So that's on the surface. There's a lot of things beneath the surface that I'm sure we'll get in tonight as well. But per usual, I'm going to get the show started by going out and reaching out to the great Vicky. But first, hit the like button, subscribe to the show if you're listening for the first time and you like it. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's see what Vicky has to say. Vicky says, "Hi, Frank. How are you? Rock did okay today. Arizona shot themselves in the foot with all of those penalties. 17, Vicky. The Warriors winning on Steph's off night is huge. Moody deserves to be in the starting lineup." We covered a lot there. All good. Moody's just a great teammate. I mean, he's a great teammate. He's loyal. He's so mature. He's beyond the BS. No coach can move him off his mark. You know, if he starts, fine. He's playing well, had 32 tonight. And they need that because Buddy Hield's not playing well. So they need another perimeter guy who can be dependable, who can defend his position, and someone who can complement the vets. I mean, you can't really rely on a rookie in Will Richard to do that. I mean, he's been extraordinary. Second round pick, but he's played 4 or 5 years in college. He's not a first round draft pick bonus baby. He knows that he has to get out there and earn his money, and he's done a phenomenal job. And you know what? Hodge is playing better off the bench. He's not being exposed as much as he was defensively as a starter. He's playing against some reserve players, and he's building his confidence offensively. If he can just be a capable offensive player within his position when he's on the court, then he can have success and can definitely help the Warriors. But when teams are going at him like they were as a starter, that was a serious problem. We'll get into the Kuminga thing as well. I mean, you notice whenever there's some strife, some adversity with Jonathan Kuminga, it's followed by an injury. To what extent, we don't know. Vicky says the Warriors prove they can win without JK. Yeah, for a while they can. Yeah, they can win they can win without him for a while. They have a great system. The challenge, Vicky, is this. He now makes $25 million a year. So if you got a player who makes $25 million a year, you want that player contributing. You want that player, being the leading scorer, the second leading scorer on a night in which your star players are not playing well. Butler had 18, so he had a good game. But this cat and mouse game that we've seen over the past 4 years, we can't play that game anymore. Kuminga makes $25 million a year. So I'm frustrated by it. I really am. Vicky says, rest in peace, Coach Beam. Coach Beam helped the man that shot him. What a tragedy. Say more about that, Vicky, because all the reports that I have read and heard on the news said that the guy didn't have a relationship with him. He never played for him. So if you have some more details and intel about that story, can you please share it? I really appreciate it. So, Dog, how you doing? You said, hi, Frank. I am doing okay. How are you doing? That's the question. How are you doing tonight? Thank you. Bob Jones, what's up with you? How are you? Love checking in. Go Niners. We had a question that we threw out this afternoon, and I'm going to throw it out to my audience as well. What is success for the 49ers from your perspective as fans? What would you consider a successful season? To me, it would be nice if they won a playoff game. They don't have to win a playoff game, but I want to see them play well. I don't want to see them get thrashed in the playoffs if they make the playoffs. I don't want to see that. Because that's the last taste in your mouth that you have until next season. What I would like to see is Brandon Ayuk at some point come back, show that he's healthy, and contribute to some wins. The prognosis on when Brandon Ayuk would come back was very. People thought that he would be back by now. Others said around Thanksgiving. So I'm thinking now within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we might have a Brandon Ayuk sighting. I want to see that, and I want to see him contribute, but I want to see him healthy. Because one of the things that the 49ers did this year was they not only wanted to kind of reset themselves as an organization and to have success, but I think they wanted to kind of clean their books up a little bit. They wanted to do that. I don't think that they're totally through with that, but I think that was part of what their mandate was this year. And with that sometimes comes, I don't want to call it disrespect, but I will say people talking about players in which they're not totally objective. I'll say that. And what do I mean by that? Deebo Samuels has had a pretty good year with Washington. He really is. He's clearly smaller. He's lost weight. He's in better shape. But folks talked about him last year like he was the equivalent of the G League of the NFL. Like this dude was just done. He couldn't separate. He couldn't run by people. Couldn't catch. We all have that one drop pass over the middle against Miami, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it was Miami. Buffalo. Maybe it was Buffalo. I don't remember. That was the game in which Deebo went up to Moody, the kicker, and said, what, step it up or get your head on straight or whatever. But he took a lot of backlash because he dropped that pass and he wasn't in great condition. But a lot of people thought that he was done. I never did. I never thought Deebo was done. And I'm happy he's playing well in Washington and making that big salary over there. Because if he was here, the 49ers would still be trying to figure out how they're going to get themselves structurally right to move forward. You know, Brock Purdy had to be signed. They didn't sign Hufunga. Greenwald, they didn't re-sign him. And you watch those guys on Denver, they're still really good players. They're balling. So the 49ers had to make some tough decisions. They did so. And I think they are slowly but surely repositioning themselves to have success in the future. Key says, RIP, Coach Bean. The Bay has lost a legend and a true leader of men. No question about it. I wrote something on somebody's Facebook and I said this. I said, there's few heroes in the world. There's few heroes out there, I said, no cape, no ability to defy gravity, just the ability to inspire the uninspired and galvanize, I think, the excited to accomplish something bigger than themselves. I forgot what I wrote, but I wrote something to that extent. It was off my head. But I was writing it thinking about all of my meetings with him. Not meetings, but my encounters with him is, a lot of you all know I'm involved in youth sports, coaching. And Coach Bean ran a lot of the tournaments in the East Bay, the Bay Area. And doing those interactions, we get opportunity to talk. You know, he wasn't a friend of mine, but he was somebody who I definitely had the utmost respect for, and I watched and I learned from. And this is just a complete tragedy. All of our hearts hurt who know him and who have great reverence for people who do the type of work that he did. Bebop says, more wins than last year already. Yeah, this is the 49ers, though, right? I mean, this is an organization that has won Super Bowls, arguably has the greatest quarterback of all time. Joe Montana is my quarterback, the best quarterback of all time to me. So I think they definitely have a different expectation as an organization, and certainly 49er fans who are old enough to have experienced the glory days. I think you have an expectation that, you know, you should be in the money to challenge for Super Bowl. Also, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have not won a Super Bowl yet, but they've been competitive. They've gone, you know. So I think the expectations are different for the 49ers, and making the playoff, I think, is a foundational move for them. Winning a game, I think, speaks even further to where they are moving forward. Yeah, I know you finished 6-10 last year. I know. And now you're 7-4. Yeah. But what about the playoffs? We're gonna make the playoffs, right? Got it. Niners had the refs on their side. That game was horribly officiated. You mean today's game? Point that out. That's it. How you doing? Evening, Big Frank. What's up, man? RC Rules. Hi, Frank. Have you seen Steph and Moses practicing together? No, shooting threes. As if Steph taking Moses under his wing. I haven't seen that, but I heard Moses talking after the game about his routine and his regiment and how many shots he tried to get up. Anytime you can spend with Stephen Curry shooting a basketball, it has to be inspiring. So if they are working out together, I think that's awesome. One of the things I've noticed is Will Richard, rookie out of Florida, his shot is improving mechanically. 2 weeks ago, I came on the program and I said, he's not a good shooter. And what I mean by that is structurally, I think he was probably going to shoot somewhere around 33% from three. That's not good to me. But over the past 2 to 3 weeks, structurally, he's getting more arc on his shot, and it looks better. So somebody is working with him, and he is exhibiting the characteristics of a good student because he's able to take what he's practicing and working on and transfer that to the game. And I'm so happy for this young man, but I need to see more. When I see quote good shooters who are taking 5-6 threes a game, I want to see you make 3-4 in a row. That's I need to see that under duress. That's a good shooter. So Will Richard has been very, very impressive. What he's been, very impressive. Key says the Warriors and Niners are similar. They can score and are entertaining, but with no defense, no chance. It's interesting you say that, Keith, because for the first time the Warriors played defense against the Spurs. Maybe against the Lakers in the first game they played defense, but their defense had been shoddy. But I thought they were really intense against those 2 games against San Antonio. You talk about great games. I mean, talk about the price of admission. I was thinking to myself Friday night watching that game. I said to myself, okay, NBA is on Prime. This is what they paid for. This is what they paid for because they're happy right now. Now, I'm disappointed that folks who don't have Prime can't watch the game on their local Warriors cable channel, Comcast. That's disappointing to me because we're going to have less local games. Fortunately for me, I have some of these services, so I'm able to watch the game. But talk about entertaining. That game was awesome. It really was. So it was Wednesday and Friday. I mean, Steph was out of his mind. Have you guys seen that video when someone asked Kobe Bryant, what did he think of Stephen Curry? And they kind of intertwine Kobe's remarks with Kobe guarding Steph, kind of being physical with him, and Kobe and Steph is going back and forth. And then finally, Steph just raises up and shoots a jump in Kobe's face from about 28, 29 feet, like it's nothing, and goes down the court. And Kobe runs down and slaps him on the butt and daps him up. But in his interview, Kobe's just talking about the calmness that Stephen has, and just the ability to just rip your tongue out with that baby face. I mean, we're all going to sit back at some point, if we don't already do it, and just go, wow, this was really special. It really was. Brings joy to my life. Really does. I needed that too. I was feeling so bad. I was so sad. I needed that. Bebop says, yep, playoff win. The back strong? Yep, okay. Bassett says, Brock looked amazing. Looked like he was a little hesitant to leave the pocket, but that will come with time. I don't know if I would use amazing. I think he was good. He was definitely solid. He threw a couple of passes up for grabs, and his wide receivers bailed him out, which is okay. But that's why we needed, the 49ers needed to sign Juwan Jennings, because he's one of those guys who makes combat catches. All wide receivers don't do that. We need to see Ricky Pearsall make those types of catches. When he leaves his feet, gets in the air, and comes down with the ball. We haven't seen that from Ricky yet. We've seen that from Juwan. This might have been Juwan's, well, I don't know, because he didn't score. This is one of his better games of the year. And I say that because Juwan's had some decent games this year, but those would be combined with some false starts, offsides, things that talented wide receivers should not do. Today, I thought was a really clean game for Juwan, and I was happy for him. And he bailed Brock Purdy out quite a bit. Having George Kittle in the lineup, it's like having Draymond Green out there. I mean, you know he's going to make all the right plays. He's not always going to be the prettiest, but you know he's going to make the right plays. And I got tremendous confidence in George Kittle. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. He's so physical. He puts his body on the line. Definitely one of the top players of his generation that I like to watch. Ricky gotta get his mojo back too. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try to keep it football with Ricky, you know, because that's really what's important. But you got to be a guy who is maniacal about football. At this level, in anything outside of football can't really matter unless it's family. Or I'm being somewhat, I'm using hyperbole in some respects. But my point is, beyond your family, nothing else should matter for this young man besides football. This is me talking as a football player. I'm not talking for him. But when you say he has to get his mojo back, he's coming off a tough injury. Yeah. He needs to be a factor. That's all I'll say. He needs to be a factor. By all accounts, nice young man, had a tough rookie year for obvious reasons. And he's shown promise. He showed promise that the second half of last year. I think folks were excited this year that he was going to establish himself with Ayuk being out. That hasn't quite happened. He's been hurt a lot. You don't want that tag. Somebody who gets hurt a lot. You just don't. Vicky says, Draymond played great defense against Victor. Steph is a nightmare for Victor. Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, listen. That Olympic shot that Steph hit, where he's shooting a moon ball over Victor, that's never going to leave his mind. You know, when he sleeps at night, he's going to be looking at Steph shooting over his 12-foot arm at that point. I mean, I didn't think anybody could have a better highlight film than Jordan. I don't know. If you match up Jordan's highlight films versus Stephen Curry's highlight film. Which one is better? What do y'all think? I mean, it looks different. It looks different. But in terms of excitement, to see Steph shoot the ball from 30 feet in the air and have that thing come down and hit nothing but bottom. Unbelievable. And he's 37. That dude's special. Aussie rules. Draymond took 13 shots, second most tonight. Even more than Steph. I thought, why? But maybe he looked at Pels as a practice game to work on his shot. What do you think? By the time I started watching the game, because I was doing the 49er post-game show, I didn't see him shoot. But your theory actually is pretty logical. You can't get out of your funk if you don't shoot. And definitely the Warriors had a larger margin for error. So you might be onto something. I think he probably wanted to shoot it or get some shots up to regain his confidence. I was thinking about Draymond yesterday. I don't know what I was doing, but I was thinking about him because he's going through such a bad stretch shooting the ball now. And I said to myself, why? Well, structurally, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, a lot of tight muscles. Probably too late to adjust his shot. So I don't know. I think because he depends on confidence so much, he just has to get the shots up. You know, make sure structurally his feet are aligned properly and just keep shooting because Draymond can make shots. He's not a good shooter, but he can make shots. So as long as he's doing all the other things, penetrating, playmaking, playing phenomenal defense. Draymond wasn't even playing great defense this year until, I believe, the San Antonio series. I was thinking to myself, I've never seen Draymond not matter as much defensively as he was over, say, a 5-game stretch. But those 2 San Antonio games, he was awesome. He really was. So we need more of that. We're going to need some on Tuesday night against what is a very talented Orlando Magic team, and they're young. Do you want me to come on? Do you want me to come on your show? Not tonight. Not tonight. Just offer some intakes. Maybe we can get them on. Young West. Cal basketball has a crappy team. With D.D. Amos and Scottie Pippen's son. But I don't think they stand a chance in the ACC conference. Yeah, you know, I tuned in a couple of nights ago against, they were playing on PBS cable, but I tuned in too late. I know they were playing. They were playing Kansas State. And I missed it. But I wanted to tune in because I like Cal as a university. And I know Mark Matson a little bit. I played against Mark Matson quite a bit. He and I had quite a few battles. And I would like to see him do well. But because Cal should never be in the ACC, that makes it inherently difficult for him. All that travel against those great teams makes it very, very difficult. Couple the fact that Berkeley is never going to be the highest paid in recruiting. I mean, their NIL, no. So he's working with a pretty limited budget, comparatively speaking. So he's in the same conference with Duke, North Carolina. Really? Does anybody on Cal have any NIL? I'm sure they do, but it's nothing compared to so many of these other schools. So Mark Matson has his hands tied in some respect. I don't know how much he makes. I'm sure he's not one of the highest paid coaches in this conference. There's a lot of things about Cal that says we don't really care that much about sports. And that's unfortunate because it's a great school. But I don't think they care that much. I don't. Or they have unrealistic expectations. Sagapulatelli, the quarterback of the football team. What do you think is going to happen when this season's over? How many teams are going to come after him and offer him a bag of money that Cal's probably not going to offer? I hope he comes back, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. Key says, is JK in trouble again, or is he injured? He seems to have an uncertain future. He's out of control too often on the court. Will he be traded at the deadline? I would say the odds are, yes, he will be traded. But for who and for what? I don't think it's all his fault. I don't think it is the worst thing in the world to modify your coaching style. I don't think so. Kirk clearly does it with veterans. He clearly does it with veterans. Now, from Kerr's perspective, I think Kerr's played for the best and with the best. He's like, yo, dude, when you're on the court, show me that you're one of those guys when it counts. And Jonathan Kuminga really hasn't done that. If I was coaching Jonathan Kuminga, and I'm sure they're like, yo, Red, we've done this 1,000 times. But I would make it very simple for him. These are the core things that I want you to do. And at some point, if it was obvious that he couldn't do those things, then I would not have brought him back. Then why is he here? That's the frustrating thing. They're in practice with Jonathan Kuminga every day. No one's going to tell any of us that he's not a good player. He is a good player. He's a talented player. Every time I watch Sacramento, I think to myself, Jonathan Kuminga was on Sacramento, he'd be averaging close to 20 points a game. Now, they're 3-10. Would they be any good? Probably not. Probably 5-7. 5-8 or something like that. They would not be that good. But he would have a chance to develop into whatever he is going to be. Sitting on the bench for the Warriors, that's not going to happen. And now the Warriors are in a pickle because they paid the guy. Nothing happens by mistake. When Kirk put him on the bench against Milwaukee or Indiana, essentially benched him, it was a wrap. Because Kuminga, in my opinion, is not mature enough to not let a coach get in his head. Year 4 or 5, no coach should be getting in your head at this point. You should be Moody-like. You should just go out there, do your job, and keep it moving. Put your stats up. That doesn't appear to happen. Austin Root says, did anyone notice Brock's toe being an issue? I didn't see the game. I didn't see it. I didn't see him limping around. I heard some people say that, he wasn't 100%. I don't expect him to be 100%. I expect him to get on the field and do his job. And I thought he was above average today. So I'm not worried about his injury. And I'm going to tell you why, because we got Mac Jones. Mac Jones has proved that he can win football games. So Brock Purdy, to me, let it rip. Go out there and be you. Don't worry about it. Andrew, welcome to the program. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us tonight, offering your thoughts. What do you think about the Knicks head coach, Mike Brown? You know that's my team, by the way, right? I had to openly apologize to Mike Brown on this show about a month ago. I was living in some type of fantasy world, and I wanted Mark Jackson to get another opportunity to be the coach of the Knicks. Why? Because I know Mark. I played with Mark. It's like a Broadway show that everybody wants to see. A kid growing up in Queens, playing for St. John's. It was all magical. And oh, by the way, Mark can coach. But it let me know, let everybody knows that, you know what? Politics and reality supersedes fantasy. Mark Jackson was never going to be the coach of the Knicks. It was not going to happen for whatever reason. And I would be shocked if he ever becomes an NBA coach again. And I think that's unfortunate, but that's the world that we live in. So I had to take a step back and really evaluate Mike Brown on his merits. And the reality is, Mike Brown is an above average coach. He holds players accountable. He knows the game. And the Knicks we're probably pretty lucky to have him. You could do a lot worse. He's not going to play guys like Thibodeau did. He's not going to do that. And he's hungry. He wants to build his own legacy, having won championships with the Warriors. So I salute Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown is doing a good job. I've noticed that Cat Towns is playing better this year under Mike Brown's tutelage than he did under Tom Thibodeau. So that's another feather in his cap. Jalen Brunson is still playing extremely well. So I have to give Mike Brown a lot of credit. I think he's doing a hell of a job. What do you think of Mike Brown? So I took Nico's firing. For the Mavs, that was a surprise. For the Mavs, that was a surprise. All right, let me get serious for a second. I think that Nico Harrison has had a pretty awesome career. Nike executive for a long time, rubbing elbows with the greatest players in the league, doing $1 million deals, good-looking guy. I assume he's smart. There's no reason to think he's not smart. A lot of doors have opened up for Nico. So he's had a good run. I do not believe that Nico Harrison, by himself, on his own volition, woke up one day and said that I'm going to trade Luka to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. So I think Nico was the scapegoat. I believe that. He's never going to say a word about it. Certainly an owner is never going to take responsibility for something if he indeed ordered Nico to trade Luka. But I think there was something there. But no one's going to cry for Nico, right? It's life in the big city. It's kind of what you sign up for. But I'm not stupid. And Charles Barkley said it best. He goes, anybody who thinks that Nico Harrison traded Luka without the owner signing off on it, it's crazy. And Charles is exactly right. He's exactly right. I don't think the Mavericks wanted to pay overweight Luka $350 million, which is what his next Supermax contract would have been. The Lakers basically got skinny Luka for, what, $150 million less? Now, Luka signed a shorter term contract, so he'll have an opportunity to revisit those stratospheric numbers once again. But I don't think the Mavericks want any part of that. Now, everything that we're watching from the Dallas Mavericks says that this owner doesn't know a damn thing about basketball. And that's horrible. And we also know if the Dallas Mavericks had let Jason Kidd talk to the Knicks, Jason Kidd would be coaching the Knicks right now. We know this. I don't know how happy Jay Kidd is, even before the season started. I think Jay Kidd would have talked to the Knicks, and I think the Knicks would have hired him. So it's kind of a mess. It really is. Anthony Davis, I'm sure he wants no part of Dallas right now. There's all this stuff about the owner getting involved to see if he could possibly be injured again if he comes back and playing. It's a mess. It really is. And it's unfair to Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg is a hell of a prospect. He is not a complete package. He has some deficiencies. He's not a great shooter. He's not a great ball handler. He is electric, great teammate, going to be a really good player, make some all-star teams. But when you look at the players who are playing in college right now, you're like, wow, I want that guy. I mean, everybody's talking about AJ, what was it? The AJ Debonsa, who plays for Brigham Young. He's legit. But there's some other players out there who are equally legit. I mean, if you got a draft pick in this year's NBA draft, wow. It's going to be nice. So, going back to Nico, it was only a matter of time before he got fired. It was agony for everybody in attendance who showed up, who was yelling, fire Nico. I mean, how long could that go on? But this is the thing, though. No one says that to Jerry Jones. Isn't Jerry Jones the owner of the Dallas Cowboys and the general manager? He trades one of the best players of this generation in Micah Parsons. And literally 2 days after it happened, it's not even a story anymore. Nobody's doing that to Jerry. Now, you might say, well, Red, he's the owner. Yeah, he is the owner. He's also the general manager. And the energy is a little different. Everybody said, keep that same energy. The energy for Nico was out of this universe. Well, for Jerry Jones, he kind of got the crazy uncle treatment. Oh, no, that's just my uncle. Don't worry about him. Yeah, he does some crazy things. Totally different. Nikki says, right now, Mike Brown is king of New York. If they win the championship, Mike will never have to pay for anything in New York. You got that right. You got that right. Man, that city is electric. And it's a show every time the Knicks play. Now, they got blasted by Orlando last time out, but having the privilege to play at Madison Square Garden, I probably played Madison Square Garden maybe 5 times, 5 or 6 times, maybe more. I still can't believe I did it. And the thing about Madison Square Garden is they use theater lighting. So it's not like your regular arena. They use theater lighting. They bring all of the lighting to the court. So the experience is a little different. That's why everybody says, Jordan, Kobe, even Stephen, everybody loves to play at Madison Square Garden. See the movie Nuremberg? Yes, I saw it last week. I talked about it, and I will talk about it a little bit more a little later on. Marcy Rules, what I said, I don't know if you saw it, but I think what I said was because the subject matter is so tough, it wasn't really entertaining. I wouldn't view it as entertainment. What I would view it as is great filmmaking. It was something that I wanted to see. I'm happy that I saw it. But this is, it's a real subject about real people's lives. And if you have family members who have experienced that, it might be a tough movie for you to take. But I did see Nuremberg, and I thought it was excellent movie making. The acting was stellar. And I learned a lot because I didn't know about Hitler's lieutenants and what happened after the fact, the trials and so on and so forth. And I started doing some research after I saw the film. This movie was already, there was an original version of this movie with the same particulars that happened when it was in the 50s. So, yeah. Have you seen it? I assume you did. You asked me about it. Key says, there has to be more than meets the eye with that Mav situation. Smells fishy. Of course. Of course. And Keys, this is the deal. The NBA has a book of secrets. I don't know if it's figurative or it's real. I would suggest that it's real. They have a black book of all the secrets, of all the stories that they don't want you to know about. Maybe every sports organization has one. They talk about the NBA's black book. If, as an executive, you don't take responsibility for everything, you'll never work in the league again. You're done. So you're never going to see any executive, share their blame for things that don't go well. They have to take full responsibility. And maybe it was Nico's final call. I don't believe it. I would have to see it in writing. I would have to talk to him. He would tell me. But I do know this is how the business works. There may be other industries it works the same way. But the Maverick situation does smell fishy. The new owner literally didn't have any relationship with the NBA. He was a gambling person. He comes from the gambling industry. His dad, his family. So there's a lot of parts of that story that seemingly don't fit well. And for an 18-year-old kid like Cooper Flagg to come into what was one of the best run organizations in the NBA under Mark for a long period of time, to all of a sudden be viewed in a dysfunctional light. How many times do you think Mark Cuban has said to himself, why did I spell this damn team? Why did I do that? I don't know. Vicky says, watch a Michigan University basketball game. They look good. Have a few good players. Talking men or women. Because I watched the women just throttle the Notre Dame women's team. You're talking about the guys? I mean, apparently their men and women's team are both good. I was disappointed watching Notre Dame women's play basketball. I'm a big fan of Noelle Ivy. I watched her play at Notre Dame. I think she's a phenomenal coach. But they had some real problems last year, and I think they need to fix them. Featuring one player who kind of stands above everybody else, I don't think that's going to work in college, not at that level, because these players are not pros. And emotionally, they'll give up. I mean, they got blasted by Michigan by 40 points. Can you imagine a Notre Dame women's team losing by 40 points? No college team is that much better than them if they are playing hard. But emotionally, I think they were like, yo, we done. They got some work to do. Austin Rule says, UCLA moving from the Rose Bowl. Arch, Frank. In my opinion, UCLA needs a Stanford-type stadium built on campus. That would be nice, but so far ain't bad. I got mixed feelings about that because the Rose Bowl knew that they needed to do some things. So they spent what, $150 million, $200 million allegedly renovating that stadium. I've never been to the Rose Bowl, so I don't know how good or bad it is. But what UCLA wants to do feels kind of like, well, you got a great relationship with someone and it's working. Not great, but it's working really well, has worked for a long time. But you see something better over here, and you just want to kick your current partner to the curb and go to SoFi. So, write a big check. Write a really, really big check. Because I think if they want to play at SoFi, at some point that's going to happen. SoFi is a lot closer to the UCLA campus. So it's not an absurd action by UCLA. But oh, by the way, you have a contract. So, live up to your contract or work amicably to get something done. Just to say that we're going to go and move, I don't think that. JK putting in the effort, but in my opinion, JK's game just doesn't fit. You might be right. I mean, I see some things watching him play basketball to say that indicate to me that he's not totally bought in. And I'm going to say this. He's not totally bought in because I don't think he totally trusts Kerr. I don't think he does. And Kerr has said that on occasion he will do things or take actions with the team. He doesn't always communicate those to his players. Does he have to? No, he does not. Is it in his best interest, in the team's best interest that he does? Yes. Yes, it is. Would he talk to Draymond? Would he talk to Jimmy? Would he talk to Stephen? Yes. Or Al Horford? Yeah, he would. So Kerr has an ability to treat his players differently depending upon the pecking order. That's what it seems like. And you can do that as a coach. But if you need those guys who you are not treating equally in some respects, then the team is going to suffer. These last 3 games, the Warriors have played extremely well. But they need Jonathan Kuminga. They need him. So I saw in the first 3 or 4 games that if Jonathan Kuminga really wants to make it work, it can work. When he doesn't want to make it work, he can hoist 25, 26-foot jump shots. When he has a driving lane to the basket, he can dunk on people. I mean, I'm a person who believes in playing smart. Jonathan Kuminga does not always play to his strengths, and as a result, he puts his team in a difficult situation, and it helps the opposition. He should always play to his strengths. He doesn't do that. What is up, TG? I appreciate TG, I'm gonna say this, man. I really appreciate how you always promote the show and you big me up, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Vicky says, JK doesn't seem to understand the Warriors' game plan. I think he understands at this point. I don't think he always buys into it. And it becomes this tug of war, and he's not going to win that battle. Steve Kerr is a coach. You're a player. It's heightened at this point because he makes $25 million a year. And the Warriors don't want a player back with less talent than Jonathan Kuminga. He says Spurs need to fire their coach for not getting Wemby that last shot. Mick Johnson kind of has a cool persona. He has some NBA lineage. His dad, family, played at Stanford for Trent Johnson. But that last play call design was absurd. He can't have too many more of those. De'Aaron Fox driving left, fading back for an 18-footer when you have the most talented, raw talent in the league on your team. Everybody's eyebrows were raised when we watched that last sequence by the San Antonio Spurs. That was bananas. I think he had a little equity keys, but he can't have many more of those because anybody could have designed that play. That was terrible. God awful. That's it. Draymond said his interaction with the fan in the second quarter to stop the game was because the fan kept calling him a female. I didn't see that, but you can't talk to Draymond any type of way. You can't. It doesn't mean that Draymond has to take it to a level that's going to put him in trouble, get him in trouble, or hurt his team. But you're not going to say anything to Draymond Green. Boy. And as a fan, I don't understand this level of entitlement by fans. I don't get it. I guess because I've never really been a fan. But players are people, right? They are people. I remember one time, Fairfield University was in our league. Fairfield, Connecticut, kind of a rich little community outside of New York. And it was all in fun, but fans from opposing teams used to bring like Twinkies to the game, and they would like hold Twinkies up at me. I don't know, kind of indicating in some form of fashion that I might be using steroids. The story gets a little foggy now. But one time I wanted to have some fun, so they would like roll the Twinkies at me, and I picked one up and I walked towards the fans, and I think with a smile on my face, they knew that everything was cool. But it was a little shocking, maybe for one or two fans. But I was just having fun. I like banter between players and fans, but there's a line, right? There's a line. I don't care what someone says to you as a player; it should never go beyond that line. But everybody is not sensible like I am, or like you might be. Sometimes things get out of hand. So I didn't see that interaction, but I do know you can't say anything to Draymond Green. You can't. Without him saying something back to you. Pastor says Draymond wasn't having any of that. Good for him. Yeah, man. You have to be respected. What happened in Sacramento with Mike Brown was just stupid. Just don't fire someone like that on the way to the airport to catch his team playing. That was crazy. The Kings owner might have the title of the worst NBA owner in the NBA. He might have that title. Even like to see him sit in the front row at Golden One Arena, a beautiful arena, with his arms folded, pissed off as if he expects his team to win. I'm like, don't you know how bad your team is? I mean, if you know anything about basketball, you would know that on most nights the Kings will get blasted. But he doesn't seem to know that. I mean, they got some great fans up in Sacramento. Hopefully, Scott Perry, new general manager, can sit there and smile and over a period of time, a year or two, continue to acquire some assets to get the team back on track. Because they don't have a lot of assets. They don't. They're not going to beat good teams in the NBA. They're not. It's a lottery team. I mean, literally, a major sports topic in Sacramento, because I listen, a lot of my friends are up there, is should Russell Westbrook start over Dennis Schroeder? This is year 18 for Russell Westbrook. 18. And that's the story. Curry Brand leaving Under Armour. I hope he goes with Nike, not Adidas, Mizuno, Anta, New Balance. I think he's definitely going to be with an American brand. And Nike would be the favorite, but he wants a sweetheart deal. And he deserves a sweetheart deal. But it gets complicated because all of those Curry brand models, we need to find out who owns those. Does Under Armour own those? If he owns them, will they receive royalty? So this is big business. It really is. It's not as simple as I'm going to pick a new sneaker home. Maybe it's him identifying some partners and put them out himself. Who knows? I don't know. If he's independent, like an independent record artist, I would buy some Currys for the first time. Because I've never bought a pair of Currys. But if he's truly independent, I would buy some. And a lot of other people would as well. New Dallas owner wants to move the team to Vegas and make money from the gambling industry. He might want that to happen. I can't see the other owners letting that happen because Dallas is too good a market, right? But Dallas is a great market. I think ideally what he wants is he wants to get legalized gambling passed in the state of Texas. That's what I think he wants. And then Dallas will be a destination spot, not only to watch the Mavericks, but to gamble and see shows and things of that nature. He wants a Vegas South, if you will. I think that's the goal. Maybe I'm wrong. Vegas is going to get a team. Despite the gambling, Vegas is going to get a team. Ideally, it should be an expansion team, not another team. But when you look at all the craziness that's happening in places like Memphis and some other places, New Orleans not doing well, they might move a team to Vegas instead of having an expansion. They might do that. Joel Barragon, how you doing? Hi, Frank. Hope everything is going good. What's your thought on the Warriors' win against the Spurs, along with Curry's 6-7 moment? I mean, great theater. I mean, it literally, it was uplifting to watch the Warriors win those 2 games in San Antonio. Okay, we get 1, but for them to win 2 is absolutely amazing. It's like the Warriors winning 4 games to me. That's a big kid, man. He's a kid. He loves to have fun. So I was so happy. I was giddy, and I needed to pick me up because of the tragic news that happened with Coach B. Take my mind off it for a second. So I was as happy as everybody watching. Rock versus Bryce Young to be a big game next Monday. Can you imagine if Rock got to start at Alabama? I would imagine he would have set records. Would have been good playing behind that big, ferocious offensive line. But Bryce Young at Alabama was money. And I'm happy that he's starting to find his footing in the NFL because I'm a big Bryce Young fan. And it has nothing to do with football. Yeah, I like watching him play football. I think he's talented. But what a human being. What a leader. That's a leader right there. That's somebody who understands the bigger picture. The 49ers should win, but if they don't strap it up, Carolina could win that game. They should not win. The 49ers have to come out there and play like their pants are on fire to beat the Carolina team. We got a lot of momentum. They're 500 after 11 games. They think they can do better. Should be a good game. 49ers don't have anybody in the back end that can cover. They don't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So Bryce could have a field day. Is that what happened to Mark Jackson? Did he get on that? Did he get on the list? Is that why he can't coach in the NBA? I think so. Yes. I don't have any proof, but I think so. Hey, all. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Aussie Rules. I appreciate you. Thank you. Vicky says, why does Steve want to move to Vegas? Just can't understand why a baseball team would want to move to Las Vegas. It's hot. I hope the A's owner melts in the heat. I'm still mad about the A's. I'm still mad about the A's because that, like you said, having a baseball team in Vegas doesn't make any sense. It takes years to build a culture for a baseball team. Oakland was a fantastic market for the Oakland A's. And they left the city in a lark. They really didn't want to be there. Joe Lacob said 1,000 times that he would buy the A's from the current owner, keep the team in Oakland. Everything was laid out for the A's to stay there if that's what they wanted. I don't have any respect for MLB management. The team is not going to be successful. It's going to be a transaction. The current owner of the A's, I guarantee you within 5 years, is going to sell the team, get his money, and go elsewhere. It's a bad deal. It really is. Bad deal. He says, what do you believe will happen with Ja? Can he be the player he used to be? He was such a rising star. The answer is no. I don't think he can. Can he be a good player in the NBA? Yeah, I think he can. Will he be the rising star that he was? I don't think so. Because I think that the NBA, puts ridiculous amounts of money behind players that they want to market the league. And I don't know if Ja can ever regain the trust. I also think that basketball is changing. Ja is a high pick and roll, go to the basket type of player, relies heavily on athleticism. He's not really a good shooter. Teams are playing more and more zone. So when it really matters, I don't think he's going to be at his best. I think he'll be good, but I think some tertiary market is where you're going to find him. Could he go to Brooklyn? Yeah, he could. Will that be a building block for Brooklyn to be a really good organization? I don't necessarily think so. I think maybe Toronto, Charlotte, someplace like that. I don't see him going to a major market. I don't. It's disappointing. It is, because he was on such a trajectory. He really was. Fisher should rot in hell. That's the owner of the A's. Chico said that. I met Chico. Fans have no right to talk about a player's family or personal things about a player. I feel the same way. I don't do it. I've seen fans take liberties, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I'm not a fan, so I probably never will get it. The Pelicans commentators sided with Draymond during the fan altercation. Okay, that's good. Good to hear. Is Russell Westbrook the most athletic point guard ever? And is he a Hall of Famer, in your opinion? Definitely a Hall of Famer. And I'm going to say yes. Either him or Ja, right? I mean, Steve Francis was pretty athletic also. So there's a small group of guards that were really, really athletic. You probably get a chance to see Steve Francis play. I don't know. But Steve Francis was very athletic. Ja Morant, I mean, unbelievable athleticism, and certainly Russell Westbrook. So Russell's up there, no question. Oh my God, let me see. Is this Ark who goes? Ark will go? Ark who goes? Ark will go. He says Podge is a nice second team guy. He's playing pretty well right now the last couple of games. I'm happy for him. I want to see Podge win, but less comments, more play. I don't like the comments. I always watch the away commentators. Okay, I always watch the away commentators doing the Warriors game. Very enjoyable. Pretty ominous, pretty dubious. DFW will be the most populated region in America in the next 100 years. Dallas-Fort Worth. You might be right. There's a lot of land down there. I did not know where Steph is going to sign. Oh, well, I don't know where Steph is going to sign with, but I would bet my money on it being $1 billion contract. Wow. Why do you say that? Is he worth that? I called Dylan Brooks a bum to his face. Wow, last playoff. Security came over to talk to me. What did they say? I said what he is, a bum. What do you say back to you? Anything or no? I would have to save up for a year or two to buy Steph shoes. I'm thinking he has some reasonable prices. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional with regards to how much they cost. I would pay $200, just as a statement, just to support him. I don't know if I would pay more than that. Upcoming big game. I attended the play game in 1982. Wow. What a game. Historic. The game was as good as the call, right? Soon as beating Bama was sweet. Can't wait for the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I like Alabama, but I have to tip my hat to Oklahoma because I didn't think they could do it. They pulled it off and some. We are in something called late-stage capitalism. It's all about profit-taking now. There are no good deals anymore. They want every dime from the American populace. Thank you for the info. Interesting statement. Job for JK. I don't think the Warriors want that smoke, want that energy. And they got too many guards. So who's gonna, I don't think that's happening. No, he's a knucklehead. MLB betting scandal last week with Indians closer We wonder why MLB is fluttering Vegas. Yeah, that gambling thing, man. Y'all fool. Derrick Rose. Moses' post-game presser. He's so level-headed. He is. He's awesome. He really is. Jordan, LeBron, Russell. Who else is on the list of best NBA player of all time? Well, you don't have. Oh, okay. Jordan, LeBron, Bill Russell. You gotta have Kobe on there. I think you gotta have Kobe on there. And don't tell anybody who's been watching Stephen Curry for the past 15 years that he's not on that list. So, you know, another 10 years from now, Wemby might be on that list. So, arguably, Stephen, I mean, you could argue that Stephen has had a slightly better career than LeBron. I mean, you could say LeBron's career has been better. So, I think Stephen Curry deserves to be in the conversation along with Kobe Bryant and these individuals. But Wemby's coming fast, really is. What NBA player did you play with or work with at the San Francisco Pro-Am? I played with Dell Demps. I coached Juan Toscano Anderson. Yeah. So, played Pacific. I can't think of it. Dell Demps. Dell and I played together. Dell played in the NBA like 3 years or so. And Juan obviously made it. I remember coaching Juan. I'm sure so many people told Juan this. But I said, Juan, you can play in the NBA, dude. Just like I said, Juan, you can play in the NBA. So all you got to do is shoot the corner three. Don't turn it over and be a good teammate. And he got lucky. It takes a lot of luck, but he landed with the right organization and it changed his life. I'm so happy for him. What a nice young man. Hot tub or cold plunge? I'm too chicken to take that cold plunge, man. I've done it before. That thing is brutal. That's brutal. But you got to do it, though. If I was an NBA player, I would definitely have to do it. It certainly cuts down the inflammation in your bones. I think it becomes as normal as having a glass of water to some of these cats, because what they put their bodies through, I don't think people can even imagine. The pain that professional athletes have to put their bodies through is unbelievable. So cold tubs are necessary, and hot tubs are as well. I would prefer the hot tub, but I've been in a cold tub and it is not fun. It's not. All right, I got a quick movie review tonight. I saw Now You See It, or Now You See Me. You know, the film is based on Magic, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, David Franco, and surprisingly, Lizzie Kaplan was in it. She played, the crazy person in The Riddler. The Penguin, that was the Penguin. You remember the lady who played, like the sister of the man who the Penguin killed, Lizzie Kaplan. She's in the new Now You See Me. And to be honest with you, I mean, the gadgetry was okay. The illusion is always pretty cool. But I'm tired of these average scripts. The script was pretty average, pretty weak. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. If you got some time, you want to go check it out, then by all means do. But I was a little disappointed, to say the least. So, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. So you can kind of draw your conclusions based on that. At the top of the show, I acknowledged that I was dedicating the show, where I was talking about Coach John Bean, the former Skyline High football coach, the former coach at Laney College, who was now the current athletic director. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. I don't even want to say how he died. He's no longer with us. He's passed. Horrible event that took place. You don't get over things like this. You just don't. I'm thinking that there'll be some type of memorial or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 for him. I'm gonna try to find a way to pay my respects, because I think he is a great man and a great humanitarian, and he's somebody who loved Oakland. And Oakland is a place that I fell in love with when I came out to the West Coast from New York, because there's so many similarities between New York and Oakland. The grit and the grind and the inspiration and the struggle that people, not only in Oakland, but in surrounding communities have to deal with to prosper. And there's so many great stories of success. Is something that I live by, something that I love being a part of. And to know that Coach Beam was integrally involved in countless examples of the plight that individuals have to deal with to ultimately find success. And he did it through something that I love, which are sports. It made it that much special, that much more special. So I salute him, and my prayers go out to his family. And I'm sure there'll be many opportunities to pay respects to him. Young West says, thanks for all the replies and comments. Yeah, appreciate it. Does any team in the Eastern Conference have a chance this year with the West being so stacked and young? The Knicks. The Knicks do. Don't count the Knicks out. The Knicks are a good team. They have a foundation in defense. Cat Town is playing well. So I'm excited. Young West says another similarity between New York and the Bay Area are the great musicians. I totally agree with you. The culture, man, the musicianship, the struggle. I love it all. All right. I'm going to do my thing and get out of here. And I want to thank y'all for joining me and engaging in conversation and just loving on each other. It's all good. Asaru says, Coach Beam, I can't imagine what his family and former players are going through. Incredibly sad. Yes, it is sad. We're all grieving. We all are. Thank you, Facet. I appreciate you. All right. Success in getting paid is the manifestation of the whole process. If you as an individual don't do things to help other people make their lives better, as far as I'm concerned, you haven't done nothing. Hit the like button, subscribe to the show, follow me at X at Big Frank Red. It's all good. Everybody have a great week. And I'll talk to you down the road. All right? Good night, everybody.